Hey guys, banger video here. Today we're gonna see if Greta Thunberg can save all of Gaza on her little sailboat. We also got Simone Biles and Riley Gaines beefing over trans people in still playing in women's sports. Yeah, let's get right into it.
Celebrated gymnast Simone Biles has clashed with women's sports campaigner Riley Gaines on X. She posted something quite nasty, writing, "You're truly sick. All of this campaigning because you lost a race. Straight up sore loser. You should be uplifting the trans community and perhaps finding a way to make sports inclusive or creating a new avenue where trans feel safe in sports. Maybe a transgender category in all sports. But instead, you bully them."
A transgender category for all sports. So we're gonna have 10 people competing in each category of sports. They don't make up that big of a percentage. So I don't understand how, and nobody would watch that too. Nobody is gonna want to watch trans people compete against trans people, except for the people that are trans.
One thing for sure is no one in sports is safe with you around. Bully someone your own size, which would ironically be a male
Ironic, guys, ironic.
gap, nasty, nasty and low. And I've got to say, Biles has been roundly criticised here because Riley Gaines, not only was she beaten by a man, but she has worked tirelessly ever since to protect girls and women from men taking over their sport.
Yeah, she does, but there's a lot of support for Riley Gaines here, and this is one of the biggest stories in the US right now. And Simone Biles wrote that horrible tweet when Riley Gaines was called.
Wait, this 90-10 issue isn't a 50-50? I thought trans people were supposed to be playing in women's and men's sports.
Called out that there was a biological male competing in its softball tournament and where else but Minnesota, Tampon Tim's country. But look, Riley Gaines has hit back at Simone Biles' comments, and she's brought up rather Larry Nassar, of course, the convicted pedophile who was convicted for assaulting hundreds of young girls. Now, I'll read you exactly what she said. She wrote, "All the horrific sexual abuse that Simone Biles witnessed and spoke out against caused by one man, yet believes women should be forced to strip naked in front of men to validate the man's feelings. You know how many gold medals you'd have if your inclusive dream came true? Zero." Now, Riley Gaines also clarified her position that she absolutely hopes that this convicted pedophile, Larry Nassar, just spends the rest of his life rotting away in prison. But at the same time, men do not belong in women's sports, and female athletes continue to be failed by a system that protects men at the expense of women's safety.
Oh my gosh, guys! For 2,000 years, men have been in their own category and women have been in their own category. But just until recently, we're just now figuring out that men are biologically stronger than most women and are going to be better, given that if they were given 5 years and the woman was given 5 years to compete in a sport, chances are that the man is going to be likely better.
And look, she's absolutely right, and we are just seeing that support for Riley Gaines at the moment.
Now, I wanted to get your reaction to the IDF boarding Greta Thunberg's so-called freedom yacht. What did you think of this little expedition by Greta Thunberg? Did she achieve her aims? I mean,
The IDF brought more aid to Greta Thunberg's little sailboat than she was going to bring for all the Gazans in Gaza.
she's certainly got a lot of international attention, which is what I guess she's really after. She's in the business of attention seeking.
This PR stunt of hers has spectacularly failed. It was always going to. I mean, this narcissist Greta Thunberg,
Wait a second. So you are going to tell me that Greta Thunberg didn't stand a chance against the Israeli military and navy? Where has the common sense gone in 2025?
has spent so many years being so hysterical about climate change, and now she's, showing support for Hamas on this ship, which was absolutely ridiculous. She was bringing in barely any aid to Gaza, thinking that she was going to be some
Same
hero.
girl
She was
who's
going and doing
tied herself
CNN
to a tree
crosses and
thinking she
live
was going to
streaming
stop
it. And
climate
even
change.
before Israeli authorities took control of this ship, she even recorded a video saying that she had been kidnapped by Israeli authorities. If anything happens to her, it's because she's been kidnapped. She has just become such a laughing stock if she wasn't already, and it's brilliant. We have heard from Israeli officials that were reacting to this and keeping us all in the loop pretty much instantly. They clarified that all the passengers and the celebrities on board the selfie yacht are, of course, safe, unharmed, and they were provided with sandwiches and water. And this show is well and truly
But I
over.
thought they had.
Oh,
they didn't want to eat the Palestinians' aid.
Actually carrying.
That makes
it was
sense.
less than a single truckload of aid, and just for some perspective, more than 1,200 aid trucks have entered Gaza from Israel within the past 2 weeks. Congratulations, Greta Thunberg. That has just been a spectacle for us all to laugh at, and she has completely failed. She's on her way back to Israel, and then she'll be going home.
I do like.
Well, you heard her, folks. You heard it here, folks. Greta Thunberg did not save Gaza on her sailboat. This is a massive, massive blow to the Palestinian resistance. She was going to truly save Gaza.
The term selfie yacht, though, that's something new that we can have fun with. Now, I've got to ask you also about Hugh Jackman and Deborah Lee Furness. They were the golden couple for so many years. Their divorce is getting increasingly ugly. They've begun splitting up their assets, including their real estate assets, $36 million apartment in Manhattan. Gab, there's even talk that Deborah Lee Furness might do a book.
Oh, wow.
This could really blow up.
The rest of the video? All right, boys. As you can see, Greta Thunberg did not save Gaza, unfortunately. We still absolutely stand with the people of Gaza. What they're experiencing down there is absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. I think you can sympathize with both sides. But you heard it here, folks. Greta Thunberg could not save Gaza on her sailboat. I'm sorry to see that.